I don't belong here. Holy shit. See, child molesters or rapists. Trips went to get one of them. Why'd they whack Spider? Our own people whacking our own people. When you get off the bus in prison, they line you up. This was 16 block in Donovan. There's one cage off to your left in front of a cell with 40 people in it, another cage in another cell, and everybody's getting booked in, and we're about to go into our cell. We're in reception. Like I said, they strip everybody out. You walk up to the desk where there's a cop at, and he asks you GP or you SNY? A lot of people were going out backwards going SNY. Even in my county jail, level 4 politics are on the higher blocks. Upper West 3, which I was in for all the violent crimes, this was ran like a level 4. So we knew what was coming. We knew when we got off the bus that it was gonna be cracking. There's gonna be a lot of green lights being put on anybody who was a yellow bander. In my prison, yellow band means they're a PC or SNY, special needs or protective custody. Right when we got off the bus, the homeboy Trips from TCF, the Chosen Few, which is like a skinhead gang in San Diego, just starts booking this fool with a pencil. This is my first introduction to prison, you guys. People are getting their asses beat in county jail. There's a few knives found, a couple small stabbings, but there isn't like, it's not like prison. Prison's like more of a free world to where you can get metal, you can get all this shit. County jail's like massively tight, locked down to where you can't really get shit like that. Not in my county, not in the more secure blocks in county jail like Upper West 3 in Vista County. So they put me in AdSeg because of a fight we all got in with the homies. Did AdSeg time in Vista County, then went to AdSeg in CJ downtown. So I'm by myself the whole time. Then they just pull me out of AdSeg. Everybody goes into a holding tank. You don't know who's who. This guy next to you could be PC. This guy next to you could be GP. You don't even know. Everyone gets on the same bus, and people start splitting off. The homie Trips was so down that, I mean, that's what he was signed up for life, for prison. He didn't like PCs. They're mostly child molesters or rapists or someone like that. So they get got the second you can get it. And the fact is, Trips went to get one of them. This was my first introduction to prison. Every few days, you would hear the alarm going off and the yard going down. The alarm sounds, that means yard down. Everyone get the fuck on the floor. All day, every day, there was at least one of those going off, if not multiple times each day after the door opened. After a while, you would start to see bad calls getting thrown out where hits were being called on people who didn't do anything. And I'm fresh. I'm like, why'd they whack Spider? Why is this happening? What is this? I don't even know. Like, our own people whacking our own people, stabbing them, shit out of them. At this point, I'm kind of new. I'm about 2 years in, 18 months in. And I'm like, every time we go out to the cell, someone's getting gotten. A lot of these people didn't even do anything. So at first, naturally, I'm looking over my shoulder because every white boy got his letters on his face, Rhino from IE on his face. Everybody's got devil horns. Everybody's fully slung back neck pieces, full rocker, full shirt, socks, dark ass nasty ink. Everybody blasted. These are fools doing stretches. So I mean, I'm like, it's intimidating. You go to the chow hall there, you can tell they're all calm. They're like signing to everybody. They're grabbing dope. Crazy regs, you know. When you're a regular, you're called a reg. You come back and forth all the time. I'm just rocking my first term, but it's a stretch. And everybody's like, oh, good job. First term, you got a stretch? Hell yeah, Wes. Some of these fools were doing so much time, they call me a short timer because they're doing 100 years, 150 years, 80 years, 40 years. Now, people were checking Megan's Law on flip phones, not even doing proper research, matching a very common name to a very common name. So here I am, every time I come out of my cell with that feeling in the pit of your stomach. And it wasn't about getting stabbed. It was more about going to some piece of shit yard, a PC yard, like not knowing why it took me off. Obviously, I made it because I don't have bad paperwork. There's nothing bad about me in the system. And then I started to understand the system more. I started to know what was going on. Because I didn't know they were checking people paperwork on flip phones where the pictures were pixelated, not coming in good because we weren't getting good service in the cell. I didn't even know what was happening. I was fresh. I was at the start of my first term. I was walking in chow halls where people were just nasty, murderer, crazy looking. I looked like a pretty ass normal dude compared to how they look. They're disgustingly vicious looking. Like, that's their whole thing, is to scare you. They're not really that tough. They don't live that hard, but they like don't care about their lives and they have nothing to lose, and they are nasty looking, just everything all over their face. Just that's their whole tactic. And it works when you don't really know and you don't know them. Then you get to meet them, you're like, come on, Trips is cool. Like, that dude's chill. Like, he's just a lost kid who hung out with the wrong people. So that's what I started to know at the end. But the fear you guys have in life, going into the gym, walking into a damn restaurant, walking across the damn street, getting on the camera, online, these are all made up fears, but I had them like more in a acceptable situation as prison. But I remember it clearly when I just said, I'm not living my life like this. And I just faced all my fear right there. And I walked up to it, and I walked up to everybody with a different demeanor from that day forward. And I never let them steal my power again, steal my moment, steal my life from me. Have to know how ungrateful fear is. Operate from love and faith. See who that person is. That's just a lost kid. What's up, big dog? I got love for you, homie. Don't be afraid of situations just because your perception of them. You're doing it. It's not even real. I need you guys to understand this and apply it and go back to how fearful you would be walking in a level 4 chow hall right now. And you're just like, I don't belong here. Holy shit. This is intense. Not some fucking camera phone on the street. We're about to post some positive shit that a lot of people need to hear. Quit pussing out on that shit. I'm just telling you guys, I've had my bouts with it and I know where you're at. I was a 25-year-old kid walking into the pit of hell, just pits of hell, the despair in man's eyes. They don't even want to live. They want to take you with them. And you're just like, this is intense. And finally you're like, I'm going to match this intensity with the same level of intensity or more. You have to come in with more. So if you're afraid of this shit, you have to face it with more love, more desire. Desire to let it go. Everything you fear will control you in this life. If you fear losing your chick, she'll control you and you'll be weak. If you fear losing your money, it'll control you and you won't be effective in business. If you fear losing your life, you'll be controlled by it and won't live a productive life that's meant to be operated by faith that life is amazing and going to turn out exactly how you want it if you do the work. I love you guys. You guys were there for me when nobody was. Let's go!